Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
All right, back in the driver's seat as we kick off a Monday edition, the final week of July. We have one final, 4 days of July broadcasting the Young Norvelle Show, and then we'll flip the calendar to August 1st. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a Monday edition. We've got a lot to talk about today on the program, a bunch of topics. We should have multiple people joining us, and we hope you enjoy what we bring to you. Terry Norvelle here, back in the driver's seat. I was out on Friday, scheduled day out. I had a medical procedure, and it was at high noon. So Patrick was kind enough to handle the full festivities before he had a busy week. And I appreciate Pat and everybody that jumped on with him to get us through Friday. I think I'm back here. Nothing serious. Just a little medical procedure that has me knocked down a little bit. But I'm going to do the show from my house probably the next 3 or 4 days. And we'll battle through it. I'm a battler. That's what I am, as we welcome you to the show. Jaguar Talk, pads on today. Not really full tackling or anything like that. I think kind of a thud situation out there. There were some reports, though, that the defense and the defensive line in particular just got all over the offensive line. We'll talk about that in depth a little bit later as we kick off the show today on a Monday. College football report comes up. Hopefully we'll have Brent Beaird. I know Brent's been very, very busy as he's winding his summer down as well. We've got some early lines we want to talk about, early Vegas lines, if you will, from week 1 of college football. We've also got some interesting stats that Brent uncovered. He always does. He's got a good list of teams who plays the most playoff teams from last year. I think we'll go through that and take a look at that. Major League Baseball, what a fun weekend it was, man. And did you see the fireworks on Friday night from Nick Kurtz for the Oakland Athletics, or whoever the hell they are, the Athletics? A rookie Major League Baseball record, 4 home runs, 6 for 6, nearly hit for the cycle. A lot of stuff happened since we went off the air on Friday in Major League Baseball. It is fun now, buddy. We are on the final sprint. The final sprint, teams are really jockeying. Injuries are starting to play a big part in Major League Baseball, as it always does. You cannot play 162 games across the board and not have to really, really almost just roll the dice sometimes with injuries. The Yankees suffer an injury to Aaron Judge. We'll discuss that and move along, talking a lot of baseball today. We'll go out of bounds. We'll take it out of bounds today about 4:30 with our resident comedian, Mike Freed. He'll join us. A bunch of fun topics to get to. We've got some sports history. And also, I know probably I'm the only one in our group right here that really watches or cares, but I was laid up all weekend. And as we welcome my buddy Patrick Young. Pat, I was laid up all weekend. Number one, how are you? How was your weekend?
I'm good, man. It was a little busy.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
I was up in Gainesville for a few different things. Got to see some friends. Went to Spurrier's and did the show from Spurrier's.
Yeah, I saw some of that.
Nice. It was some live music.
Nice.
Had some live music after there. Man, people on Friday when they're going to Spurrier's, they're coming to have a good time. I'll tell you what. Those are Brian Donovan, son of Billy Donovan. He has a special job because he's been there so long.
Yeah.
They have not through the front door, but through the side. A bar, like you think, oh yeah, duh. But it's like inside and outside. It's drinks only. So the people that are moseying outside, like he never stopped moving.
Really?
And he's not in a big space. I mean, it's probably 10 by 6.
Yeah, I know that little bar you're talking about.
That little bar, man, he's moving back there, man. Good. Hey, and I got to tell you that old fashioned with the bacon.
Good deal.
I had a few of those.
It is the good deal, huh?
Good deal, absolutely.
So the boys are already warming up, partying in Gainesville, ready for football season.
They're ready for football season, man. Nice. And I gotta tell you what, this is the cool thing, Terry. This is about one of the funnest things about the weekend. I spoke at the Touchdown Club.
Okay.
on Thursday night. Dude, you talk about a rambunctious group of people. Oh my goodness. I've never had a speaking engagement or anything like that before. I mean, these people were talking to me, one-on-one conversation with everybody. There's 40 people in the room, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
Because it was all funny. Everyone, they know they drink a lot. They curse a lot. Apparently, the last person, I can't remember who it was. I mean, they use the F word like you use the word the. So, but anyways, I was thinking about you. Did you, because you and my mom had a procedure, different procedures, obviously, but went under anesthesia. She, weirdly enough, struggled falling back asleep and stayed up the day or two after. So her sleep schedule's been all off. Like on Sunday, she slept all of Sunday. So how is it? How have you responded to the anesthesia?
Yeah, a little bit of that. I'm a mess sleeping. I'm not a good sleeper anyway, and I'm upside down a little bit. And I mean, I'm okay. I'm in discomfort, and I won't really tell people what procedure I had, but I'll give you.
You don't have to.
I'll give some clues though. Maybe not the most glamorous part of the body, and a real pain in the rear end. I'll just kind of leave it at that. But no, I think the procedure went well, and I've been a pretty good patient home, doing what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I'm fine. I could.
Who picked you up from the hospital?
My nephew, nephew Michael Norvelle, the head football coach.
The head football coach of the
Florida State
Seminoles.
But no, and I've been doing what I'm supposed to do. I can I can drive, I can function, all but I just, and you'll respect this, Patrick. Probably this week I'm gonna do the show from home. I'm scared to get too far away from the house. If you know what I'm talking about. Just you get too far from the house when you're not feeling good.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, I'm probably gonna lay around. But I appreciate. I watched some of the show on.
Oh, you did? Nice.
On Friday, and again, thanks to Freddie Weeby and that group.
Oh yeah.
Head over. You were in Gainesville anyway. I needed you to host the show, and looked like it went pretty good. You had some pretty good guests and had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I wish we could have got Scott for a little bit longer because, but he was going on to Feinbaum, but he's someone we should definitely bring back on. He's been covering South Carolina stuff for a long time, so truly interested in what he thinks. Is he a buyer or a seller on the Norris Sellers?
Yeah, interesting.
And were you able to hang around for those little football history nuggets there?
No, you had some?
Well, in I think it was in 1905. 18 players died from football. Really? And Teddy Roosevelt at that time, he says there has to be change. There needs to be reform. How ironic is it, Terry, that almost 40 years later, helmets are then mandatory?
How about that? Then mandatory, yeah.
Then they are mandatory.
Hey, and how about this? I'll go on record. I'll be long gone, but I'll say 40 years from right now, football will be played without helmets for safety reasons.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I think that's where it's going. I
mean, for some reason, that helmet makes guys think they can use it as a weapon, which
invincible. They think you're invincible.
If you have less padding and protection, more likely or not, you're not going to think of your head as a weapon.
Yeah.
And hopefully that will. I mean, the game's so fast. I don't think you can eliminate.
Yeah.
Even guys that are going shoulder to shoulder for a hit, because of the recoil, oftentimes their heads still collide. I don't think you can eliminate it, but maybe we can certainly improve it.
Hey, going back to your speaking engagement in Gainesville late last week, the Fighting Gator Touchdown Club or whoever that was, big Gator group. What was their feeling? Are the Gators going to go 13-0 and walk right through the playoffs? And
no, but everybody certainly was like, 9 wins will be fantastic. 10 will mean the playoffs, but I got a feeling that this group was probably part of that group, when Napier he had that moment where he was critical of the fans, of like somebody in Ocala in the basement.
Yes.
You know, I can't say for sure, but just through that one interaction, I have to believe that someone in that group, if not the whole group, were very vocal about their opinions on Coach Napier. And there's still some cautious kind of optimism there that they may have for this year, but at least they feel really good about DJ Lagway. Yeah. That's a big one there. But these people can drink. Terry, he told me the president, that they had some event out in Ocala. It was golf turn. It's a place they have golf, ability for you to do like all these kind of odd sports that you can host events for.
Right.
And at the place, they had like an $800 minimum or something for drinks. In the first 30 minutes, it was gone.
Hey, if you can't.
So just let that be known. And then, the guy, this is how things are a little bit different in how these men and women carry themselves. The owner of the location said, "Hey, you guys got anything else going on a day that we're not open?"
Nice.
Because he's like, "We just made $4,000."
Nice. Hey, that sounds like Gator Nation says, if you can't beat them, out drink them.
Out-drink them. Don't try to do that against LSU though. I think they got us.
Was there much? Yeah. Was there much when you spoke to the Gator Club Thursday over there in Gainesville? That Gator Club. Was there much basketball talk coming off the national title?
Yeah, I'm sure they asked me some questions here and there. They asked me like, do I see any differences in how Coach Golden does things, to how Coach White and Coach Donovan, and
he wins games. He wins games.
And we did, and I did, because it's still baffling to me. Everyone, Andrew Nimhard, how does this guy go from being okay to elite?
Yeah,
just by changing the program. Same player.
Absolutely.
But the confidence that he just had, like I love Mike White. I think he's a fantastic human being, but he failed that kid in his development.
He really did. He's the poster child for Mike White failing at somebody.
Yeah.
Andrew Nimhard right now is
he would be number one, and then Kayvon Allen for me would be number two.
Yeah. Allen. I don't think Allen. I love watching him play. I thought he played hard. I love Kayvon Allen. I liked his attitude.
He was incredible his freshman year.
But he got no better. He was the same guy.
Did not get any better.
He was the same guy.
You can almost say that he took a step back.
I mean, Andrew Nimhard right now, I think you could call – he's one of the top 10 point guards in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, and Mike White had him banging the ball on the court for 26 seconds every time, walking the ball up the court and banging it on the floor for 26 seconds.
Oh, my gosh.
He goes to Gonzaga and leads the nation, leads the offense that scores 85 a game.
Doesn't make sense.
Hey, Pat, can you get to the you were busy in Gainesville. You hosted the show Friday while I was out with a medical procedure. You did have a busy weekend. You got back. I guess you got a couple winks on Friday night. You wake up, get cleaned up. You go to the Hall of Fame. Talk about
that. Is not what happened. I wish that were my schedule.
Oh,
Terry.
Really? We'll pick it up there. I know you were the keynote speaker at the Florida Sports Hall of Fame. I've seen some highlights. I can't wait. I want you to fill us in. How did it go? Did you talk to David Spade and go talk about
it? Yeah, and that's why I'm excited that our buddy Mike Freed's on with us. I love to. I'm not going to dive in on David Spade because I want to hear his perspective first.
Okay.
So Thursday I have the touchdown club, Fighting Gator Club touchdown thing. That's after we did the show. Friday, all I really had, I could sleep, which was nice. I could have a nice kind of sleep in morning, slow morning. I didn't have anything till 2:00.
Nice. Knocked
some phone calls out.
Yeah.
Did the show Friday night at Spurrier's, hung out. Really, ran into a really awesome guy there. One of my best friends met with us, and we met this guy. He works for HCA. It's some healthcare orthopedics place in Gainesville.
They run hospitals, I think.
Yes. They were all kind of in that. They had a.
I went to HCA Memorial.
There you go.
Hospital I went to, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, they had some type of celebration for a coworker that was leaving, and long story short, we end up. Oh, this is actually pretty great. Long story short, this guy invites us to come over to his house. He doesn't like. He invites us, but he doesn't believe that we're actually going to go. You know, he's like, because the whole time he's like, Patrick, I got to buy you a drink. Like, it's just such a cool story. I bought Patrick Young a drink, blah, 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 blah. He's like, dude, no pressure. But if you guys want to come, we're going back to my house and we're just going to play games and chill and keep drinking. And I was like, all right.
Well, let me stop you. You'd never met this guy?
Never met this guy.
Risky. Go ahead. Risky.
Very risky, honestly. Like, look, he might know who I am. He doesn't know who my best friend is, which like I know Corey is of amazing, upstanding character. He would never do anything in terms of like being a bad addition to a hang. He was a great addition to the hang, but still
I'm thinking risky. The other way. I'm thinking they may kill you and Corey.
No, well, here's the fact that he was there with his mom, his dad, his son, his wife, and all those people. Like,
hey,
you knew these were
Patrick, you know what they say: a family that kills together stays together. In prison.
You know, we ended up heading over there.
Okay.
And their son was still awake. So he loves trucks. My buddy Corey, he's got a huge truck, one of those jacked up, got it wrapped like it's beautiful. You know, he shows the little boy his truck. The little boy's like, these tires are bigger than me. You know, so that was really cool. And then we started playing this game called Jackbox. It's through the television. You just go to jackbox.tv, and it's a 3-round game. Think of like Cards Against Humanity if you've ever played that. Okay. You know, if you played that game, like we can't repeat some of the answers on this show. You know, like
I got it.
Yeah. There was a lot of that. There was a lot of that in this game, which was a lot of it was really funny. But some of it was like the guy's mom, while we're playing the game, the answer, she's like, y'all need Jesus. Oh my gosh, y'all need help. Because some of the answers, I'll tell you off air. I'll happily tell you off air. But so then that night finishes up. Jeff Cardoza, our buddy, he had an event that he wanted me to come and speak at, which was in the morning. And then the president of the Fighting Gators Touchdown Club changed my oil that morning. So I get back to
now. Did you take your truck? Did you take your truck to a place?
No. He did it. He bought the oil and everything, and I felt so bad because it was 1 billion degrees outside, but he got under there and he drained.
Wait a minute. How does that come up? Hey man, how you doing? You good? Hey, you need your oil change? How does that come up in a conversation?
I don't know how it came up in conversation, but he was like, hey man, like, you know, I'm changing my oil on Saturday if you want to come by. And I was like, dude, absolutely. You know,
you live a weird life, man.
I get back, dude. Yeah. I take some risk. You're right, Terry. I get back to Gainesville or Jacksonville around 3:00. I try to get a quick shut eye.
No way.
Didn't really get one, and then I just said, all right, Pat, you got to push it through. So get all dressed up and changed for the gala that started at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And you know everybody was dressed nice. So you were trying to get inside as fast as possible because, again, the event's on ice. So it was very cool in there. I think Zoya Sports, they did a fantastic job.
Right.
They did a fantastic job with the event. I got to go up there and speak and share about, I pretty much talked about, what are the 3 things? Hope, passion, and community.
Nice.
You know, there's something really cool that I learned, looking back to modern or maybe even some old English, the word hopa, H-O-P-A, that's more associated with what we kind of believe and think now when you first go to hope, like a belief or a confidence in a future outcome. That things for the better, for worse, whatever, they're going to change. But I talked about there's a different, the old Hebrew word for hope is tikva, T-I-K-V-A-H. And it means a cord or a rope that is held onto while enduring. And the great analogy that I received that I said, I have to share this. Terry, imagine yourself in the movie The Silence of the Lambs. I know you've
Oh.
seen that movie.
Oh, yeah.
And you're at the bottom of that well, that deep, dark area. You know you're in a bad position. It looks like you have no chance of escape, right? Then all of a sudden, and maybe you're injured. Let's say maybe you have an injury that's kind of hindering you physically from getting out of there as well. So not only like you stuck, like you're a little hurt. So like it really is looking down for you. Then all of a sudden, a rope comes down. And this rope doesn't automatically mean that you're going to achieve and get out.
Yeah.
But it gives you a chance.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to pull yourself all the way up. Maybe you have help. Maybe it's going to take, maybe you have to rest before you have enough strength to get out and with the right timing. And I use that analogy to say the people that we're here fighting for when we talk about community, not only people with disabilities, but maybe people that are just born into really tough circumstances, the rope never comes down. The rope never, like hope doesn't guarantee,
right?
But it enables the next step. And that's what we're fighting for, that these men and women, like one of the coolest things that happened to me here recently, Terry, and I'll close up on it because it's actually really powerful. I went and got in one of those sled hockey things.
Oh, really?
It's really hard. Dude,
Really?
It's unbelievable. Honestly, Terry, I'm not good, but if they have an opportunity for you and me to go do it, it's just a great experience, man. You don't have to worry about
people what you're talking about when you say the sled.
Think about it. It's like you're sitting down. So most of the people in the sled, they might not have the ability to stand up or have some type of, you don't have to have a disability, but in the rules of sled hockey, you're seated and it keeps your legs straight. There's one skate, a metal skate in the front, and there's two in the back.
Okay.
And you have hockey sticks that are probably about half the size. And on the handle part at the top, there's spikes. So you use those spikes to get around, to get yourself some momentum. And on the other side, you have the part that's flat where you can hit the puck and whatnot. Right. And this was my first time getting in. And
when did you do this?
What's that?
When did you do this?
This was on Wednesday morning before, and they had, and it was cool. They had the picture up as I was speaking that I took with this guy, Brad. And Brad, he's a veteran. He's a vet. Had some type of injury. He can move around, but he can't move around great. Like he can't bend his legs. I don't know the extent of his injury or whatnot. This was the first thing in his life that he was able to do with his kids in the sports area.
How about that? So he's had a disability for his whole life.
Not his whole life. He discharged from some type of injury while serving our country. And I talked about to the people, I said, many of us are made up of memories we have throwing the ball with our mom and dad, them taking us to sporting events, et cetera, et cetera. Many of us are like, how different of people would we be if we never were able to experience those things? And I said, we are fighting to create memories for people that would never have the opportunity to experience the same type of love and connection that we got to with our mom and dad. I think that was pretty powerful.
And last thing about the sled hockey, you actually shoot the puck, or is it just the skate around?
Oh yeah, you shoot the puck, man. Absolutely. But one thing that's taken me a time to figure out, you get a lot of speed, and Brad was so good at turning, turning in like a sharp turn. If you got some speed on you, you need to take a sharp turn to get back around because the puck goes the other way or something like that. He was flying around me. He said, it takes time, but do it again. I said, absolutely, I'll do this again.
Sure. Pat, we've got a few minutes before we take a break. We'll come back and we'll hook up with Mike Freed, Go Out of Bounds, the lighter side of sports. Real quick, before we forget, we're going to have Brent Beaird as well. Really, the news out of Jaguar camp, training camp, day number 5. Pads are on. They're not really hitting or tackling. The big news, Pat, and I don't know how to take this. Is this good or bad? Really, the big news from researching what went on this morning, Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines Allen supposedly absolutely schooled the offensive line, in particular Harrison and Walker Little. Now that's the best unit on the team, the two rush ends, in my opinion. but they're probably not the two best rush-ins in the NFL. And I know it's only one practice, but man, Anton Harrison supposedly and Walker Little got absolutely destroyed, mainly by Walker, but Hines Allen also. How do you take that, man? You're happy at the ends, but you're worried about
twofold. It's twofold. Like I remember watching Hard Knocks when Aaron Rodgers was with the Jets, and I remember that Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner, they were 1-1 going at each other every single day in practice. Like they were like, we are going to make each other get better, and we knew how good they were. So like when they're saying it, you know that these guys are pushing themselves, especially with how great and good they want to be. Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon, as you said a few weeks ago, not even in the top, not even honorable mention of best duo on the line. We know and believe that they are actually like, I don't think Trayvon Walker has hit his ceiling yet. I think Hines Allen, he possibly has. I'm not sure if we get another record-breaking. We might get 12, 13 sacks. But it's like, all right, are they actually that much better? Or is our offensive line that much worse?
That is the rub. That's my
the
concern.
rub.
Last thing, we'll take a break, come back, take it out of bounds. Being laid up with this procedure, watched a lot of television over the weekend. We're going to talk about Happy Gilmore too. I watched that.
You did? Nice.
But before that, real quick, before we take a break, I went ahead and dove into the quarterback series it's on, and I gave up on it. Let me tell you why. I watched about an hour. It's Joe Burrow, it's Cousins, and I can't remember somebody else. Pat, you know why I gave up on it? It's good, but it's the same thing every year.
Yeah.
You get different quarterbacks, but you follow them around. You go to their home. You see them interact as family people. You see them with a good-looking girlfriend or what. It's the same show.
What would be enticing enough for you to see this, like, that will make the show more like not just the same lather, rinse, repeat,
I don't know, and that's what television producers are for.
You figure that out. Absolutely.
It's the same thing about Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks, to me, that was neat the first 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks is the exact same show with a different team highlighted. You're going to follow a rookie around. You're going to hear coaches cuss. You're going to watch the veterans make the rookies care. Same show. So I gave up on it. I just wanted to throw that out. I gave up on it. All right, 30 minutes in, we got a long way to go. We've got Mike Freed on deck. We've got Brent Beaird about 5:30, I believe he told me. Patrick Young hanging around, and we'll take it out of bounds, the lighter side of sports. We like to do it on Mondays. Don't go anywhere. You're going to enjoy some of these topics right here on the Young Norvelle Show.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax Pal.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
All right, let's jump right back into it as you see a hot July afternoon upon us here in Jacksonville. Final weekend or final week of July as we kick August off. What is that? Friday, I believe. Wow, August is here. That means football season is basically here. Let's have some fun. Taking it out of bounds, the lighter side of sports. We've got
there he is in the car.
And Mr. Mike Freed joining us here. Michael, how the heck are you, my friend?
Good. I didn't realize we were supposed to show off our guns today, Patrick. You didn't tell me it was a shirtless day.
How about that?
Well, man, they were trying to get me to wear a freaking tie. Have you heard of the sun?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Mike Freed, this is Young and Norvelle After Hours is what we got cooking right now.
I got you. Looking good, Patrick.
Let me just say, I did work out today, unlike Terry.
Yeah, I did too. By the way, I'm worried about atrophy. I can't, because of that procedure I had, I can't do anything physical for like 2 to 3 weeks. What am I going to do?
How big a difference is that for you? Is that a big difference?
Yeah, big difference. I mean, you see this physique. Hey, you just don't shake a tree and this falls off, pal. I got to work at this a little bit. Got to work at this. Hey, guys, we got a lot of stuff to get to. Let's have some fun. I'm going to lead off. How about over the weekend? Obviously, I'm laid up and watching a lot of TV. I'm flipping channels, and I watched Happy Gilmore 2. It's a Netflix production, so even though it's at the movies, it was free. I just watched it. I wouldn't go pay for it. And it's a Netflix production, so I guess Netflix is going to put it on Netflix at the beginning as well. It was what you thought. I mean, it wasn't very good, but you're not going to the Cannes Film Festival when you watch Happy Gilmore 2. Nowhere near the first one.
I thought it was pretty good. You're the first person to give it a negative.
First 10 minutes were okay, and then it got a little. Don't pay money for it. I would say that.
Someone told me there's a part in there that seems like a very forced kind of humor, which I will get to. I'll watch it tonight. Maybe I might watch it tonight.
I thought there were 3 or 4 really forced, and they could have done. It was. I mean, it's not Gone with a Win. Let's put it that way. It's not Gone with a Win.
Are there not at least some good bits in there?
Yeah, 1 or 2. Way too many cameos. There's like 40 cameos. I mean, way too many cameos. There must be 15.
Yeah, I heard there's a bunch of golfers in there, and all of them have like talking parts that contribute to the movie. Yeah, it
looked like it was thrown together, and it was they didn't say the Live Tour, but it had a little bit of Live Tour connotation to it.
Gotcha,
and the Live Tour is not that old, so I think it got thrown together real quick. Adam Sandler production. He had his 2 daughters who played prominent roles in it. You know, it was anyway.
I feel like the Adam Sandler movies are sort of jobs programs for ex Saturday Night Live people.
What it is,
just pretty much. And
yeah,
so
well, that's what our buddy David Spade kind of alluded to for a moment.
Well, why don't you guys jump in? Tell us about David Spade. He was at the event Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, before I review David Spade, I want to tell you about our man Patrick Young. P. Young, he was the keynote speaker. He was funny. He was witty. He had a big booming voice. He had multiple points to cover, and he covered them each well with no notes. I mean, no joking here. He was. He made you proud. He made you proud, Terry. He teared people up. He inspired them. He got them to open their wallets and give to charity. So
you feel free to do all that on this show. You know, you can do that on this show if you like. Witty, funny, inspiring.
Wow,
he was great.
Well, I had so much time to prepare, and not that obviously our show doesn't mean a lot. We're not necessarily always asking people to, donate to a cause or something like that. And Andy Kaufman he's become such a good buddy, and I wanted to make this event good for him. And I remember the day I really worked on the speech because I did the outline quick. And then a few days later, I probably spent about 3 or 4 hours grinding it to make sure it flowed, and then also correcting the grammar. And all right, I'm going to put a joke here. I wish David Spade would have been there sooner because I made it under the assumption that I could say a thing here or two that he'd be like, this guy did his research. But my man did not.
He probably wouldn't listen.
He showed up late.
Yeah. He showed up on time for a headliner. He probably flew in, flew out. In fact, they were supposed to have the meet and greet beforehand, but I think he came in so late that we sort of got to see him afterwards. But it was real quick. Take a picture, keep on moving. But
how was he?
He was very funny. I mean, he's not a joke writer. I'm sure he writes his material, but it's like not polished material. He kind of riffs, but what he is everything you see on TV, everything you see in his specials. He's just silly. He does the voices and the expressions.
He does a lot of sound effects, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's done cartoons. He was in The Emperor's New Groove, which was a classic when my kids were little. Probably when you were little, Patrick.
Yeah, I watched that. I did.
Did you two get?
Let me give you one piece of I probably can't say all of it, but he made a joke about Brokeback Mountain coming back, Terry.
Okay.
And he's like, man, if they're gonna make it again, it's got to be 2 guys. Again, like can't be. But he's like, if they decide to do Margot Robbie and Sydney Sweeney, then I think we should just accept. I'm in. Yeah, that was.
That's funny.
It was a lot.
That would be better. Yeah, he was great. I met him backstage, got to take a picture, and I was probably saying it to everybody. He said, "I'm sorry for being a little blue there." Maybe he thought he offended some Jacksonvillians.
Mike, when you met David Spade backstage, did you say, "Mike Freed, fellow comedian"?
I did.
Fellow comedian.
It was moving pretty quickly.
Who was that lady you were with that you came up with, Mike? His +1 she was a very pretty lady.
Whoa, what do we got? Whoa.
Ooh, very, very pretty lady.
And beautiful +1. I was very blessed.
Nice. All right, guys, got a lot of stuff to get to. Taking it out of bounds. Patrick Young's here, of course. Mike Freed. I think we got a couple of videos I want to get to. I think we've got these videos.
Okay.
Casey back in the studio. Guys, let me set the first one up. The Savannah Bananas can't do any wrong, right? I mean, they are red hot. They're all over the country. Everybody wants a piece of the bananas. They had one of their guys show up on a CNN show, kind of promoting the bananas. And I guess this guy for the team, and he's not in his uniform. They're on set. And one of his shtick is he does a flip and he catches the baseball. He'll do a front flip. Right? So he decided to do it on this CNN show. Take a look at this, guys.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Oh. That's not good.
That wasn't grass. That he just
watch. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
He got 3/4 of the way there.
Hey, that is gonna leave a mark, man. How about that?
That was bananas for sure. Ouch.
Oh.
I can see it one more time. How?
Oh.
Full face plant. Holy crap.
That's what you
Yeah,
call
he
a
only
banana, a banana split, boys, right?
He only got 3/4 of the way there too. I think is what happened.
Wow.
He didn't tuck his knees, Terry.
I don't know how people do those things. I've never done anything athletic enough to get injured doing something athletic, but I did. And Patrick and I have this in common, by the way. I learned that Patrick is a singer.
Yeah.
So I was a child actor, and I was in a play at age 16. You know, not a very sensitive age, and I was in Sound of Music. So I'm singing to my co-star, this little girl, and I step up on this bench. And the bench falls out from under me, and I just go slide in the middle of people's dinner theater meal.
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark too. Oh,
yeah,
that hurts.
So I feel for this bananas guy.
Did you pop right back up, or?
We did. We kept on moving. We picked the bench up as I kept singing.
Yeah, that guy tried to. He was stunned, but he got back up. I'm surprised his nose wasn't broken and bleeding.
Right. He went straight down on that face.
That was amazing.
Not like, this way or this. It was straight nose.
Oh.
Oh.
It's probably good for ratings, though. When you think like no news is bad news, that's got to help.
Absolutely. We got another video I want to get to. Mike, you sent this, and we got to talk about this guy. So this guy, let me set it up. This guy is a habitual Guinness Book of World Record guy.
Okay,
and it's so funny, guys. Let me throw this out. Casey and I last week, we were doing this date in sports history. And I had one last week, and it said in 19 whatever, Joe whoever set the Guinness Book of World Record for the 2-mile run. And I asked Casey, I go, I never knew the 2-mile run was a thing. And Casey said the same thing. He goes, I don't really think it is. So that got me thinking, I said, well, wait a minute, Casey. Does that mean I can call the Guinness Book of World Record and say, can you send somebody? I'm going to set the world record for the 78-yard dash.
Right. Yeah, I
can
got you.
Anything be done? So anyway, Mike, this is what you uncovered. This guy is a habitual Guinness Book guy, and he was going for the record, quickest time to stack 10 full rolls of toilet paper on each other without it falling. Let's take a look at the video. One hand. Watch. So he's tried it 1 million times. That's the Guinness Book of World Record guy next to him.
That's real time.
That's 10, and they got to stay. And he says, you made it. The record is 5.4 seconds. You were 5.3. He tells you right here. And he got it. But that's a world record.
Yeah, that's a weird job, first off. I mean, you call somebody and they're like, hey, what you doing, honey? And you're like, I'm going to watch some guy stack toilet paper in a warehouse.
Yeah. So
and then what if he did 6.2? You'd be like, yeah, it didn't work. He didn't do it.
The video is about a 3-minute video because he tried it, 25 times. And it's hard to do, obviously. You got to make them stand, and they got to hold. It's almost like a weightlifting. You got to hold it for a second or two. But, man, this guy, Mike, am I correct? He's a habitual Guinness Book of World Record setter guy.
Yeah, he just finds these weird records that, I guess are, you can shave a half a second off of it or an eighth of a second off. I don't know. When I first saw the headline, I was thinking, like he stacked 1 million toilet paper rolls, or he did something that would be impressive to show someone. I mean, if you came over to my house and I'm like, hey, Terry, check this out. I stacked 10 rolls of toilet paper. You'd be like, yeah, so what? But when I tell you I did it in 5.4 seconds with one hand, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of neat. Anyway,
I guess it's is that like a cocktail party conversation starter? I don't know.
I guess. I don't know. I guess.
One hand, Patrick. He did it one hand, 5.3 seconds.
I find it somewhat underwhelming.
He shattered the records, what he did. Mike and Patrick, I don't know. I read the transcript. I didn't see Ichiro, but I heard he was really funny when he got inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. What can you tell us about it, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good example of how there are a lot of funny people who aren't comedians, and a lot of comedians are not funny people. They're good on stage, and when you're doing something like an induction speech or speaking like when Patrick did, the standard for being funny is a little lower because people are just happy that somebody's not just being deadly serious or doing a TED talk, and the fact that he was speaking in English, but it wasn't his first language. But yeah, man, he was just dropping joke after joke. He had a joke, I guess, that, only one of all the however many writers voted against him. So he had a joke about that guy that he had a dinner invitation extended
one guy.
for him. One guy.
He could have been unanimous, Patrick. There's only been one unanimous guy in Baseball Hall of Fame, and somebody decided not to vote Ichiro in.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so he had a joke about him. He had a joke about, I guess he ended his career in Miami, and he said, when Miami came calling, he didn't actually know that they had a team. He had to look it up. So, I mean, just good jokes. They're not like, if David Spade told those jokes, you'd be like, that's not very funny.
Yeah.
But, they say in court, because, that's my day job, like judges are hysterical because the standard is very low. If a judge says something even slightly funny, everybody has to laugh. It's just legally required.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Mike, your day job, did you throw anybody in jail today?
I have not thrown anyone in jail yet. Yeah.
It's still daytime. It's still daylight.
Mm-hmm.
Stopped out.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, I didn't really remember this. Ichiro played most of his career in Seattle, so and they were good, but he West Coast biased, way out there. I didn't realize this though. Ichiro really. Many people didn't think he spoke any English the whole time he was with the Mariners because he really didn't give many interviews. And the word is that he speaks perfect English, and his teammates with Seattle, they all knew that. You know what that reminded me of? The movie Cuckoo's Nest. Remember the Chief from Cuckoo's Nest? They spent 2 hours, and Chief never said a word, and everybody thought he was kind of like a dumb mute. But then he asked for a piece of gum at the end from Jack Nicholson. And Jack Nicholson said, "Wait a minute, you can speak?" He goes, "Yeah, I can talk." I never chose to talk.
Nobody. And fun fact, I actually speak perfect Japanese.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
We knew about that. Pat, have you ever seen that movie? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Great movie.
Not ringing any bells right now.
Yeah, the Insane Asylum. Great movie. Right, Mike? One of Nicholson's best ever. One of his best
Jack
ever.
Nicholson. Who else is in that? There's a bunch of.
Danny DeVito.
Judd. No, what's his name? The guy from Back to the Future.
Oh yes. I know. Danny DeVito's in that as well, isn't he?
Danny DeVito.
No, I don't think it's Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito's not an actor. I mean, he's kind of an actor. No, it's the guy, Chris Lloyd.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, isn't Danny DeVito in that movie?
Oh, I'm sorry, Danny DeVito. I was thinking of Tony Danza for some reason.
Yeah, that's funny. It's a funny segment, and that's funny. That's funny. That's one to go watch.
That's what did you think about David Spade? He kept saying, like, if I say a joke's funny, that's funny. Like, if I say a joke's funny, that's when you should laugh. I was like, okay, that's a little
well, that's what you do. You got to have something to say when people don't laugh at a joke. So, you either say, I'm going to, that one's just for me and that one guy, or you have something. And then people laugh at that too.
Did David Spade do a Q&A or no?
No.
Nope. He was in and out. I don't know. I wonder what they paid him. You know what they paid him, Patrick?
No idea.
I wondered about that. I wondered what a David Spade, where he's at in his career.
Because at first, they were looking at like Ludacris or Boys the Men, like that type of performance. And I know that was very expensive and so many red tape things you had to bounce through. So I don't know. I'm sure it was at least $10,000.
I was thinking 20. Yeah. I was thinking 20. I mean, I've booked some comedians below his celebrity, and sometimes you can get them on an off day. That was a Saturday night, so I mean, yeah, it's got to be $20,000 because he could be in Vegas, he could be somewhere.
I would imagine too. You may can catch a guy like that that's coming to Florida anyway for golf or something, and it works out. It times out. Oh yeah, I can, right.
Maybe if somebody's a friend of a friend, Jim Furyk was there. I mean, he's got connections. Maybe he knows Darius Rucker, and Darius Rucker knows, David Spade.
How were the inductee speeches? Were they all good, decent, funny? Anybody funny?
Jim Felix was the best, I would say, wouldn't you, Patrick?
Jim Felix was the best.
The guy, the swimmer guy, Ryan Murphy, he was good. He was good. And then Nancy Hugg said she wasn't there live. She did a video that was pretty long. I don't know, a little political, but it was what it was. And then, what's that?
I was going to say, let's get back to a couple of topics before we get out of here with our Out of Bounds segment. You know, the French people, right?
I've heard of them. They're in France, right?
You know, they have there's some connotations around the French. They'll drop their gun and run. You know, you've heard that, right? They're known to drop their guns and run. Right?
I didn't know they had guns.
You guys, you got to understand what I'm talking about, right? You understand right?
Is that a metaphor?
The metaphor of the French in all the wars, we go bail them out. So
I got you.
Anyway, so they're kind of known for that a little bit.
I believe, didn't they help us in the Revolutionary War, though?
Yeah, but they did it quietly because they were scared England was going to beat the crap out of them again. They did it covertly. But anyway, that's one. The other connotation, another connotation of the French is they're kind of dirty, right? They kind of they don't like to bathe all the time, right? You guys heard of that, right?
I've heard of that. Yep.
Don't like to bathe all the time. Well, have you ever? Are they known as cheaters? I've never heard them as known as cheaters.
Not really, no.
Mike, I think your volume's off. Are you still there?
Yeah, Mike. If you just got a phone call, just
yeah, you got a phone call. So
get your audio and go out of it and go back into it, and you'll be fine.
Is that better?
There you go.
You're back. You're back. So anyway, the Tour de France is going on, and you know they've always had issues with not just Lance Armstrong, but that's their big event, right? The Tour de France. That's their thing, man. That is a massive month-long international sporting event, and it's always got controversy. The doping, right? Lance Armstrong wasn't the first. There's always been whispers, and nobody trusts anybody. Have you heard the latest thing that's going on over there? They're investigating now. There may be what they're calling mechanical doping. Any idea what that is?
Something to do with their equipment.
Yes.
Yeah, a little motor.
They think there may be little motors stashed into the bike frames. How bad is that?
I've heard of that before.
Really?
I've heard of that. It's the French in particular.
It's their event. I mean, God, what's up with that event? Right?
Yeah, yeah. It's just inherent. You know, it's so many days and it's so many bikes, and that probably just lends itself to, you know, trying to find a way to get a little edge from those hills, right?
I'm so mean though. I love when I watch one of those big crashes. I could watch a Tour de France 40 rider crash every day of my life. Don't you love it?
Don't you? You want to make sure nobody gets hurt, though, don't you?
I don't care.
Oh man, well,
no, I don't care.
Well, I was watching this thing on Netflix a long time ago, Tournament of Champions or something like that, and it was about these odd championship things around the world. Think of like the cheese wheel ball going down the hill, like for example.
Yeah.
And there is some type of race where it's all on like cobblestone, a bike race. Like every single person is going to fall multiple times.
Yeah.
And like you can't not for one, the bicycles that they're using are like those very thin wheel racing bikes versus like you probably need something a little bit wider, but it's all like wet and they were following this one woman that thought she was going to win. And I mean, it wasn't even anything special. She's going straight, cobblestone, just doing its thing, existing. Down she goes, plus another 25 people behind her.
Ooh, love it. I would have loved to have seen that. You got that on video? I need it on video.
I think for the men's race, they call it the sterilization run. Is that true?
Hey, what about combining some of these? How about the running of the bulls and the Tour de France? Just combine those things.
I don't think bulls can ride a bike though.
No, have them run at each other.
At each other, like kind of jousting.
Yes.
I was picturing a bull on a bicycle. I thought that's what you were suggesting.
Okay, there was a bull, there's a bicycle. And mix in the cheese roll as well. Mix that in too somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
Put them all together.
What the bulls are going after.
cheese wheel or whatever they call it.
Yeah, mix that in. So, all right, I'm out of stuff. Anybody got anything else? Anybody else going to be funny? Mike, you funny?
I have nothing else funny that I can think of.
Patrick, funny?
No, not right now.
Do not pay money for Happy Gilmore 2, though.
All right. Good to know.
Mike, I saw your face. You were, or Patrick, I think both of y'all were a little surprised. I watched Happy Gilmore 2 on regular TV.
I had no idea.
I get Netflix, and it's a Netflix production, I guess, because it just hit the theaters.
You and I talked about going to see it in the theater, so I assumed it was in the theater. So
I'm glad we didn't. I also want one of you guys to organize this Friday. We need to go to the movies and see the new Naked Gun. I want y'all to organize that. One of y'all. I don't want to.
I'm game.
We could
Let's do it.
Call one of the movie theaters, tell them we're coming out Friday. We could do the show we can go to the 1 o'clock and then do the show there.
All right.
Because it has a sports connotation to it, right?
Yeah, I can see that. All right, get on that, Patrick.
All right, you got that, Mike. You're on that. All right, Freed, get out of here, you funny guy.
Bye, guys.
All right, buddy, that is Mike Freed. That is Out of Bounds. All right, Pat, we've got some other stuff to get to. Brent Beaird comes up about 5:30. We talked Jaguar workout today. Not good for the offensive line. That's my biggest concern for the Jaguars.
Right, that's always been it. And like, who doesn't want their offensive line, to like get exposed early in terms of, are you going to be good, or is it like, at least if we can see that it's going to be okay, or this is maybe the offense can shift gears on how we're going to run things, because again, Josh Hines and Trayvon Walker, not even in the honorable mention of top duos in the NFL.
And supposedly they threw around the tackles today, Walker and Harrison and these guys, Walker and Little and Harrison. Supposedly they threw them around. Hey, I'm a broken record. You know my concern for the Jaguars. I just don't think they're going to be that good this year. I think they're going to go into the offseason 6-10 or 6-11, whatever those numbers come to now. And then nobody has thought this time of year, how do you get better? Because they sold their future next year.
Right.
They sold their future. And I didn't think they were anywhere near close enough to being good this year to sell my future next year. And I think that's going to bite a lot. People are going to look up and go, okay, they went 7-10, 6-11, a lot of holes. It's 3 weeks before the draft. We don't have a first round pick. That's my concern. I think they mortgage the future, and it's going to bite them in the ass. I hope I'm wrong. I hope everybody is writing and calling and texting and saying, Terry, you are wrong. I don't think I am. All right, pal, let's take a break. We'll come back, start kicking off hour number 2. Brent Beaird coming up at 5:30. We've got some Major League Baseball. Man, the rookie on Friday night, what the rookie did for the Athletics. Oh, my goodness.
He hits the ball hard.
Woo! Did he have one of the great games of all time, literally, in Major League Baseball, and he's a rookie. We'll tell you about that game, the weekend that was in Major League Baseball, and then transition into some football talk with Brent Beaird at the bottom of the 5 o'clock hour. Stay with us right here on the Young Norvelle Show on Action Sports Jax.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw.
But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School. Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Will Olive, Mandarin High School. Go Stangs.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School. Tony Mazzio, Sandalwood High School, class of 2002. Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Shacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker's Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with We Are Martyr rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam, for we know our place is down. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
Welcome back to the second hour of the Young Norvelle Show as we see a hot day brewing. Boy, the clouds are storming and gaining rain, it looks like. Hopefully it'll cool things off. Back here, hour number 2, we'll talk to Brent Beaird about 5:30. Terry Norvelle here. I think Pat had to take off. We want to thank Mike Freed for joining us for our Out of Bounds segment that we try to do every week, once a week here. Hope you enjoyed that. I know I do as well. All right, a lot of stuff to get to, including some of this date in sports history. We want to get to that. Major League Baseball review. I teased a little bit over the weekend, I guess Friday night, a very historic game. Nick Kurtz is a rookie, high draft choice out of Wake Forest. Really good college player, really high ceiling, went very, very high in the draft. He had a 6-for-6 night, hit 4 home runs, one, what was he, a triple shy of the cycle. First rookie, only rookie to ever hit 4 home runs in one game. 4 in a game, 6-for-6, 8 RBI, incredible game for Nick Kurtz. That was Friday night. Over the weekend, Paul Skeens doing Paul Skeens things. My goodness, what a year he's had. He got the win. He is now 6-8 on the season. Paul Skeens, his last outing over the weekend, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits. He did not allow a run. He walked 1 batter in 6 innings, struck out 9. That knocks his ERA down to 1.83. Remember, I'm not sure, he may have got a no decision in this or in this game. He's 6-8 now, record-wise. Remember, he got the start in the All-Star game with a 4-6 record because he plays on a team that just can't score him any runs. Paul Skeens, 6-8. Playing for the Pirates, if you're Paul Skeens at 6 wins and 8 losses, that's the equivalent. That's 12-2. he's basically 12-2, having a great season, is Paul Skeens. Other Major League Baseball stuff that's going on that happened over the weekend that we need to be aware of. The Yankees have a blow. They took a blow. Aaron Judge issue with his throwing arm. It's a flexor situation. We'll talk to Dr. Bates on Wednesday during our Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Sports Medicine discussion. Aaron Judge will miss about 10 days. They put him on the IL. I'm not positive. And let me go back to the studio and see if Casey's got his ears on. Casey, have you figured out, obviously Judge is on the IL, meaning he's got to be out, I think it's 10 games. It's a throwing issue. I'm assuming swinging will irritate it. Why wouldn't they have just let him be the DH? I may be missing something here. I'm not sure. Because a lot of times these, Ohtani, perfect example, had an arm issue, but until he got his arm back, in shape, he was hitting. Casey, any insight on why Judge wouldn't just be the DH?
I mean, outside of changing your whole lineup around.
But he's Aaron Judge. You keep him in the lineup if you can, his bat, right?
I mean, yes, probably, but at the end of the day, I mean, they probably didn't make that decision. And you don't know if it's going to make his condition worse. Like, the safe thing to do is do that, because 10 games isn't going to cost you a whole season.
Yeah, so I would imagine, wouldn't you, that some doctor somewhere said, you know what he's got in that arm. Yes, it came to light because when he was throwing the ball, but swinging the bat must not be great for that injury, right? I would imagine some doctor said, you know what, let's get it all the way healed. It's got to be that, isn't it?
Probably.
You'd keep that bat in the lineup. What about Stanton, though? You see what he's done? He's hit like 7 home runs, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has 7 home runs, yeah.
This guy.
I mean, if you DH Judge, Stanton doesn't play, and you can't afford that.
Yeah, and there was talk, I don't know. It's tough, but I immediately did a double take. I said, wow. So they're going to put him on. I could see taking him out of the. I get you, man. It's a tough swing. You're probably not going to fix it if you put him at first base, because he's still occasionally going to have to make a throw, and maybe you never. I don't know. It's a tough call. Boy, the Yankees 5.5 back right now, and just not playing good baseball. Other news and notes from Major League Baseball, kind of from over the weekend. Cal Raleigh hits another home run. He now leads the majors with 41. What a season for Cal Raleigh, playing for the Seattle Mariners, former Florida State catcher. He had Major League Baseball written all over him when he came through Tallahassee. The Tigers, they still kind of scuffling around, man. They are 2-8 in their last 10 games, yet they're still 8 games up in their division, even after a 2-8. Other things, the Texas Rangers, red hot, making a run now, kind of getting in the wild card situation. They've won 6 in a row. They're tied now with Seattle, 4 behind Houston. And how about Houston? We talked about the Athletics and the rookie huge game on Friday night by Nick Kurtz. Athletics swept Houston. Wow, didn't see that coming over the weekend. Big series coming up. You're starting today, kind of your bigger series to keep an eye on. The biggest one, Cubs Brewers, and they are basically, let me take a look. They're basically tied, I want to say. Let me get that. I think they're actually tied. Cubs Brewers start tonight. The biggest series in baseball here early week. Cubs and Brewers tied, 62 wins, 43 losses. The Brewers really have been playing great baseball. So Cubs at the Brewers, the big series early this week. Other series to keep an eye on. Speaking of the Yankees, they're treading water right now. Tampa Bay comes in. Tampa hasn't been playing great. They're still in contention for the wild card. But Tampa at the Yankees, big series if somebody sweeps or whoever wins that series. Dodgers at Cincinnati, and the Reds just won't go away. The Reds are one of those teams I just never look at the Reds and consider them. And then you look at the damn wild card. Reds are 56-50 overall, 6.5 out of their division, but they're thinking wild card. So Dodgers at the Reds. That's another series that gets started today. Early series to keep an eye on this week. And the Mets at San Diego. The Mets, boy, this has gone back and forth. The Mets currently sit 1.5 games in first place in the NL East, ahead of the Phillies. Mets have won 7 in a row, as hot as anybody in baseball. Let's take a look also now at where the wild card well, let's go through it in case people don't know what's going on with the top of the divisions. Toronto, as I said, they are on top of the AL East. They've got a 5.5 game lead over the Yankees. They've got a 6.5 game lead over the Red Sox. AL Central, Detroit, not playing very good baseball by their standards, Detroit, but they still have a commanding 8-game lead over the Guardians. Detroit has hit their first rough patch of the season. Houston in the American League West. Houston got off to a slow start. They've jumped back into the first place. They lead Seattle by 4 games in the division. Also, they lead the Rangers by 4 games. Rangers on a 6-game winning streak, and they have played themselves right back into wild card contention. We'll get to the wild cards in a moment. Looking at the National League, where we're at starting this week, Mets, as I said, currently lead the NL East by 1.5 games over the Phillies. They're the only 2 in that division that have a chance. Everybody else is at least 11 games behind, and that's going to go down to the wire. It's going to be a fun one. They're both going to make the playoffs, and they're going to battle it out for the division. NL Central, the Cubs have been in first place almost the whole way. They're currently tied, as I said a moment ago, with the Brewers. Both teams 62 and 43. Cubs on a 2-game winning streak. Milwaukee on a 1-game winning streak, but Milwaukee has been playing. Gosh, I want to say they were like 7. Over the weekend, I saw a stat. I think it was the Brewers were like 17 and 4 in the month of July. Red hot. The NL West final division we'll look at where they stand right now. Dodgers have pretty much owned the division most of the year, even though they've gone through a couple patches where they haven't played great baseball. Dodgers currently lead the NL West by 4 games over San Diego, by 7 over the Giants. Boy, look at the Giants fell 7 back quickly. The Giants are only 2-8 their last 10 games. So really 3 teams fighting it out for a couple, probably at least 2 playoff spots will come out of that division, maybe 3. Now, where are we at with the wild card? Take a look here. Go back up. Go back up. Go back up. Hit wild card, and let's set this for everybody. Here we go. Yankees. Right now, the season ended. Yankees would get in. They would have the first wild card spot in the American League. Boston would get in, and right now there's a tie between Seattle and the Rangers, both in the same division, both with the exact same record, 56 and 50. The Rays are still within striking distance, which makes it a big series, every series now, if you're trying to get in the playoffs. The Rays are 3 out of the wild card right now. The Guardians 3.5. Kansas City, the Royals still hanging around, 4 games out, and then you start dropping off. In the National League, take a quick look here where we're at with the wild card right now. If the season ended today, your wild card teams would be the Milwaukee Brewers are comfortably sitting in the first wild card spot. The Phillies would be the second wild card. And then right now, San Diego has the third wild card spot with the Reds 1 game back. The Giants 3. Hell, St. Louis is 3.5. But man, the Reds to me are the surprise right there. They just quietly hang around. Quietly hang around. All right, so that's a quick look at Major League Baseball, what happened over the weekend, where we're at in terms of record and things like that. All right, let's try to get some stuff in before we get to Brent Beaird here as we cruise here on a Monday, the Young Norvelle Show on Action Sports Jacks. This date in sports history, 1972. I know people that aren't old enough to have lived this can't believe it happened. Sometimes there are sports events that you go, did they really do that? This date, sports history, 1972, from the NFL. The NFL All-Star Game, which was played for probably 15 years, up until like 1976. And it finally got disbanded. It got weathered out one night. I think the final game, they had a torrential second half lightning storm, rainstorm, and they canceled the game. And then people kind of looked at it and said, this is crazy. But for years, the 60s and 70s, the NFL Super Bowl champion would play an exhibition game against the up-and-coming college all-stars. There would be a college all-star game, and they would play the defending Super Bowl champions. On this particular day in 72, Dallas, the Cowboys, were the defending Super Bowl champions. They won the NFL all-star game against the college guys 20-7. The college guys actually won a game or two, but you can dig up some footage of this. You can find some actual video, and you can find some still photography. I've done it over the years. I mean, you've got current, back in the day, superstars in the NFL getting smashed around in a fake game against college guys who are trying to show off to try and make their first name in the NFL. You'll see guys, Roger Staubach and Bob Gracie, just getting crushed in these games. Hard to believe that a game like that was played up until the 70s. College football all-stars played the defending Super Bowl champion in an all-star game. Look it up if you don't believe me. Look it up. This day's sports history, 1989. Last week we talked about this guy, Vince Coleman, Jacksonville native. Vince Coleman, on this date in 89, he was a prolific base stealer. Pretty good baseball player, but really good base stealer. Vince Coleman was finally caught stealing after 50 consecutive times not being caught. How about that? He stole 50 straight bases in Major League Baseball. Major League pitchers holding him on, Major League catchers throwing the ball. He stole 50 in a row. That's a great stat, man. You go 50 straight, you didn't stumble, you didn't get a terrible jump, you didn't have a catcher just make an incredible throw, you didn't have a pitcher get the ball to the plate really quick and the catcher make a throw. How about that? 50 straight steals in Major League Baseball. Hard to believe. This date, sports history, 1983. Ken Griffey Jr. hit a home run in his 8th straight game. We had that with Don Mattingly last week as well. 8 straight games, home run, Ken Griffey Jr. And finally, this date, sports history, 1994. One of the not so proud days in Major League Baseball history. This date, 1994. Baseball players set August 14th as their strike date. Back in the 90s, boy, labor strife was bad in baseball. Bad. Missed the season. Season canceled. World Series a portion of a season canceled. World Series canceled, and boy, baseball struggled mightily to get back. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We might have Brent Beaird a little early. We'll see a lot of college stuff to talk about. We've got some betting lines coming out. We've got some schedules to talk about. That and a whole lot more. College football coming up on the other side. Stay with us here on the Young Norvelle Show.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jack's Pal. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jackspal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jack's Pal.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
To a Brent Beaird joining us. Time to talk some college football. We got plenty of time, Brent, so let's kick around a couple of different topics. How are you, my friend? How was your weekend?
Well, it was pretty good. Good to be with you as always. I think they.
Awesome. Looks like you're getting a little snack in there.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Just got in, by the way. But the two things that really have got my attention right now. One would be the Deion Sanders situation with them coming out about medical situation with him, but he's coming back, and they've got basically a porta potty on the sidelines. Terry, I'm assuming they weren't joking about that, and obviously the other one is when your Gators quarterback is out until the first of the season, and again they've got Long Island to start off with, and then they've got South Florida. They got to be careful with South Florida, but those are the two of the bigger news stories of the day so far.
Yeah, and catch people on the quarterback situation in Gainesville. Catch people up what you're talking about.
Yeah, the problem is your quarterback is hurt at Florida, and they think he'll be back maybe by the first of the season. Obviously, to talk about Lagway, and what's going to happen there. But it's not an upper body; it's a lower body injury, from what I understand, which means that he'll be out for a while. And look, the good thing about it is they don't start with Miami this year like they did last year, right, Terry? Yeah. So, and because of that, they can break him in easily until the season comes around, really. But at the same time, that's still something you don't want to see.
Yeah.
And Terry, I'm just telling you, and you know this well, that brings people into, well, can you not stay well thing.
Yeah.
And I get that. But again, you got 2 easy games relatively before you got the at LSU, at Miami, a week off for Texas, and then Texas A&M.
Yeah. And, that Lagway calf rumor started 3-4 days ago.
It did.
See that, hey, Lagway's in a walking boot and it got a calf situation going on. And, let's be fair. We followed sports a long time. If you follow sports any length of time, there are guys that just seem like they can't stay healthy.
That's right.
I know fans sometimes get mad. Well, so-and-so's fragile. He's made out of glass. That's not some predestined thing. It's just luck of the draw. But, yeah, this guy, Lagway, I mean, he just can't seem to string any length of time without some type of injury. It's the damnedest thing.
Well, I guess the other way of looking at that is you've got to get somebody ready for the season and along with him. I mean, that's just the way that it is. But there are 2 things with this. Number one is, do you have enough credible guys behind him when you need to take him out? What is your issue with that? And I think the other thing is, Terry, and look, he's a pretty tough kid. I'm not going to say or pretend to say that he's not, but people are going to wonder, frankly, because that they can do that. Is how fragile is he, and can Lagway work his way and stay healthy for the season?
Yeah, and again, I mean, there's nothing in his history since he's got to Florida that would make you think he's going to make it longer than 6 weeks at a time.
Right. I agree.
Without, and again, that's not predetermined. That's not in your DNA. Sometimes it's just the luck of the draw or bad luck of the draw.
Sure.
But he seems to be one of those guys that just and I don't, some guys, they seem to always have something going on, and they can be a little bit of a hypochondriac. I don't think he's that. I don't think he's the, some guys think they're for Lamborghini, and they can only play when everything's firing right.
Yeah.
I don't think he is that guy, but I mean, this is getting serious. I mean,
it is. And listen,
he hasn't played a lot of football. I mean,
he hasn't.
When you go try, and I know he got in the game at Tennessee, which is a lot like at night, which is a lot like at LSU, but still, you got to go. He hasn't played a lot of football. He hasn't played a lot of football.
No, and look, he's got to do whatever he can, and if that means, unless he's got a wide open 15-yard run, that will be one thing. But Terry, the last thing he needs to do is, frankly, to get hurt. And look, I know he needs to get the timing down with the guys, but you can do a lot of that with practice.
Yeah.
Listen, with that 4-game gauntlet they've got, Terry, would it be that bad for them to play him sparingly in the first 2 games and let him get ready for the third?
Yeah, boy, you wonder about that. You really wonder if that's not the tack to take. So Florida, right now, pretty smart, good pickup was they go out and get Harrison Bailey.
Yeah,
who's the guy he's played a lot of Division I football. He's been at 3 or 4 schools.
Yeah,
he was at Tennessee. This guy was a decent recruit, like a 3-4 star recruit.
Right.
He's thrown about 200 and something passes, Division I. He actually played. Did he come from Louisville? I can't remember his last school. I think he came from Louisville, and he started their bowl game. He won a bowl game back in December. He was the MVP. I think Louisville beat Washington or somebody. This guy's played a lot of football, but I mean, if you're going to go where you want to go, barring an Earl Morrill or a Kyle Trask popping up, Lagway's got to take you to where you want to go.
Yeah,
I think, right?
Well, yes, there's no question about that. Now, But the thing about them is, and if you disagree, I understand. But look, they are good enough at running back, the offensive line, and wide receiver where they can win some games without him.
I agree.
I really think they have got a slew of guys who will be able to step up and play well. And if they keep that offensive line healthy, Terry, there's no telling how well they could play.
Yeah, I mean, if they knock people off the line of scrimmage on the offensive line, like I think they are, they could idle with the guy not named Lagway. They could idle down their offense.
They could,
and if they're as good as I think they are, they might could still scrap together, some wins. But I just don't see you winning a bunch of games where to beat some combination of to beat LSU, Texas, Georgia, some of these guys, Georgia, A&M, to beat some of these, Miami, to beat some of these guys, you're going to have somewhere. If you want to beat those guys, 2 or 3 of those games, you're going to have a superstar player playing like a superstar. And I don't know if Harrison Bailey is going to be this,
No, and I'll tell you this, even after the ones you've talked about, to end the season, you've got at Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Florida State.
Yeah.
Now, look, I would say right now, Florida's better than Tennessee and FSU, but the reality is, Terry, we don't know that. That's those games are in November, and by then you can have a totally different team one way or another.
Well, you make an interesting point, though. What do you do with Lagway? I mean, can't stay on the field. You've got 2 games you should win. I mean, and then you go on the road at LSU. Gosh darn, do you just go pummel some? Even if Lagway plays the first couple games, and I would imagine he plays some, do you just say to hell with showing everything and let's just go pound the football week 1, week 2?
Right.
DJ, hand the ball off. Barr and Jackson and Webb, run it down people's throat and just make sure Lagway gets on the plane to go to Baton Rouge.
Yes,
Right?
that's all that matters.
Goodness.
Exactly.
Goodness, great. You just hope that this doesn't continue the rest of his career. And you've seen these kind of guys, and it's no fault of their own. But a guy like Lagway, if he keeps missing time, you're going to look up, and he's going to be gone from Gainesville. He'll burn through 3 years and be gone. And you go, damn, did he play much?
Yeah, right. Well, but look, I'm not saying Florida's hiding anything here, but it does make you wonder, how healthy was he to begin with?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we don't know.
Remember now, if you work backward, I think I'll have this in order. It's a calf now.
Yeah.
It was under secret cloak and dagger, but it turned out to be a sports hernia while he wasn't throwing.
Sure.
On top of the shoulder issue.
Yeah.
And then he had a knee issue.
Yes.
And that's all within almost a calendar year, right?
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. So the bottom line is he's got to get healthy, and the question is, how much do you play him until you're going to have him at LSU?
Yeah, definitely. Wow, something to definitely track as everybody is about to start camp, and we'll see. Gosh, you just want to see the kid play.
Absolutely.
If he's great, if he's mediocre, if he's bad, I want to see it though. I mean, gosh, it's hard to the touchdown he threw against Georgia was 100 years ago, and I know he played.
Right.
But I mean, the near win at Tennessee seemed like 100 years ago that night. You just I can't conjure up much memory of him playing much.
Well, the thing is, when he's in there, he's magical almost. Yeah. I mean, I give him credit for that. I mean, when he does, the amazing thing about Lagway is one of these guys, he can transfer confidence to other players.
Yeah.
And what's that old saying, Terry, is that you make other boats float in the harbor by what you do.
And there's stuff there's truly something in sports about that. When you've got the guy gets in the huddle, and other guys think it's going to be okay, and they're going to play a higher level. Definitely. Brent, real quick before we stay with college football, I was talking about sports history a moment ago. I know you remember this. This falls under one of those. Did they really do that for about 20 years? You remember it lasted through like 1976.
Yep.
The defending Super Bowl champion.
It sure did.
Would play an all-star team of college drafted players.
Yes.
As an exhibition game.
Yeah.
And it was a full contact game where Terry Bradshaw and Fran Roger Stock, these guys were getting mauled, and Bob Greasy in full contact.
Yeah.
Remember that? And they had that. Can you imagine that happening today?
No. But they allowed it to happen. And look, it went, Terry. That went on for at least 20 years, didn't it? Or something like that. 15
to 20 years. The college kids won a couple. It was like 16-4, 16-3, and 2. But and if I remember the setup, because I brought it up because it was this day in sports history, July of 1972.
Right.
It ended in 76. But Brent, if I remember right, it was the Super Bowl champion.
It was.
They played against a college all-star team, and those guys were just drafted in April. Yeah, so they were playing they were trying to show off for their franchise.
Sure they were. Oh, yeah.
And they were playing hard, man.
Oh, they were. Listen, that was a big deal.
Can you imagine?
No.
this Saturday, the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions, and the Stars play.
Yeah.
They play.
No.
The Philadelphia Eagles this Saturday playing against a college all-star team of the best guys that were drafted back in April. And that was like the first exhibition game of the season.
It was. It really was. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And hell, I was a kid. You were a kid. None of us batted an eye. We said, no. Can't wait to watch.
No, absolutely. And watched it with great enthusiasm, too. So, I mean, they finally realized how foolish that was. And they were, I think after they lost some guys, but
guys got hurt.
They did. But I will say this: it was. I mean, there were times it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, you can pull up YouTube video of it, and you can certainly get there's 2 or 3 still photo shots. I think one of them, if I remember right, Randy White, the great Hall of Fame defensive. They called him the Manster. He was half man, half monster.
Yeah,
Hall of Famer, Dallas Cowboy. He was coming out of Maryland, got drafted in the first round, and there's a photo of he is planting like Bob Greasy or Terry Bradshaw, just smashing these guys in the ground, and guys got hurt and missed time. And you're like, hell, the NFL quit sending guys to play 7-on-7 beach flag football because of injury, much less a full contact game, Brent.
And look, Randy White was, he was merciless.
Yes.
In an exhibition game, much less in a real game. And listen, White was just unblockable.
Yeah, he was. He was.
White was just one of these guys that you just love to see play. He was a legend at Dallas.
Yeah.
And I remember, and now today, Terry, Randy White would have played what? 1 year at Maryland, and then he'd have transferred to the SEC?
Absolutely would have. Because, definitely. Brent, I loved your notes today. I love those first few point spreads. Spread for the first week. Some that jumped out. Baylor plus 1.5 to pick them over Auburn. I'm telling you, man, Auburn could open up 0-1, and the Wolves are out there. Yeah, that's an intriguing game, isn't it?
Very intriguing game. And again, it's a game on the road. It's a Friday night game. People may not realize that yet, but it is. It is Friday night, which will look now that game will start, Terry, about what, 9 o'clock? I'm betting.
Probably they're 1 hour back. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and certainly by 8 a.m., 8 p.m. But oh yeah, that will be that's about right. Right, I would agree with that one. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you said it's a road game. It's a road game for Auburn. It's at Baylor. Yeah, that game. And I tell you, both those coaches need a win, but Hugh Freeze doesn't need to open up 0-1. I think that game's a toss-up right now.
Yeah, I would concur with that.
What do you think of what do you think Tennessee and Syracuse? Tennessee's given up between 12.5 and 14. Is that a little high? Syracuse, pretty good football team, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I still don't know if I'm just curious because I mean, look, the reality for that is with Tennessee, there's so many guys they don't have. Now 49% of the roster consists of freshmen or redshirt freshmen. The least experienced team for Josh Heupel in his 5 years. Now, and again, half the 25 team, which is one coming up, are freshmen. I mean I don't care how good you are. If you're depending on freshmen, that is a problem, which lends to me where Tennessee is going to really struggle. They've got Georgia like the middle of September, and that could be a real problem. Now that game's at Tennessee, which will help them immeasurably. But I guarantee you, Terry, Tennessee freshmen ain't ready for Georgia.
No, definitely. And I'll tell you another thing. Fran Brown's going to have his Syracuse team ready to play.
Yeah, he will.
He's got a great attitude. His team's got a good attitude. You talk about Tennessee and how they got so upside down with young players on that roster. Is that mismanaging the roster? Did they sell out? They must have sold out hard, and they were good the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But I think they sold out hard, and they're kind of paying the price right now.
They are.
It's an unbalanced roster, isn't it?
It is, and it's particularly unbalanced because they had so many kids on that team last year who were COVID players. And that people forget that sometimes. Yeah. Because last year basically was the last year of that. And now everybody's got a clean slate. Is that a way to put it? I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Another game with a point spread, and this is one of those pretty good games early first week. Utah at UCLA.
Yes.
I think Whittingham is getting close to the end. They've already named Morgan Scalley as the interim coach there. I'm not so sure Utah doesn't have one more little run in them. I wouldn't put it past Utah having a pretty good football team. I think that'll be fun. Utah -5 to -6.5. That'll be a pretty good football game, I think.
It will be. Yeah, I agree with that. But look, reality is, I like Utah maybe even bigger in that game. Gotcha. Because Frank Terry, look, I know they'll be better, and I know you've got Nico, who may be the quarterback at UCLA, coming over from Tennessee. But the reality is, I don't think UCLA is ready for that. That physicality of Utah. Do you?
No, I think you're on it. It'll be a pretty fun game, probably the first half.
Yep.
But yeah, I just got a feeling, and it's slipping my mind. Utah got a transfer quarterback, so they're going to be pretty good at quarterback. They've really struggled because what's his name? The kid that never could get re-healthy.
Yes.
I can't think of his name. They've really. Oh, we got Pat.
What, Pat?
Oh, Pat's here. Pat's. Oh, yeah. We understand. Cam Rising.
Yeah.
And he stuck around so long. It's not his fault. They kept throwing their eggs in his basket. So they really struggled at quarterback. They got a guy, and I'm too lazy to look it up. They got a quarterback. I think Utah's got at least one more good run in them before Kyle Whittingham goes. who I think is a really, really good coach.
Devin Dampler's who you're thinking about, probably.
They got him from Dakota State or New Mexico or somewhere.
Yeah, yes.
Quick one here that I got.
Yeah.
Dave Aranda. Did you guys see his bizarre media answer to a question?
No. At media day? No, what was it? Talk about it.
They were asking him something about, like, I don't know, how you guys, something about the season and how the team needs to be together. So, I mean, he's like, hey, you guys remember that movie, Jackass, where they had the midgets? And, and with the midgets, you know, you wanted to make sure that the midgets all felt like they were part of us and not like, you know, they're just here for a ploy or something like that. So on there, they started saying, one of us, one of us, one of us.
Nice.
And, I mean, this analogy he's using is
yeah.
way
out
of there. And he's like, that's what we want to do with our guys that are transferring in here. Make sure they feel like they're one of us. And I'm like,
Brent Beaird, you'll remember this, and tell me, was it Les Miles that was famous? One of those SEC coaches was famous for going up to the podium at media day and just going into the craziest. I think it was Les Miles. You never knew where he would go with his opening speech.
No, you never did. And look, Les was goofy on a good day.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't anything wrong with being goofy. He just was.
Yeah.
And
you guys think he deserves Hall of Fame? I know they lowered that criteria of winning a percentage.
I don't have him in the Hall of Fame. I know he won a title, right? He won one.
He did.
Yeah. I don't have him in the Hall of Fame, but Hall of Fames to me are too saturated now. The minute you let somebody in that shouldn't get in, the bar is low. Hall of Fames, I think Hall of Fame should have levels. I've always said that. All your Hall of Fames have got so big. Baseball, for instance, you know, you've got a guy, you can have Phil Rizzuto, a little Yankees shortstop, in the Hall of Fame. He's in the same Hall of Fame as Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, Ty Cobb. You know, I think there should be. I don't think he is Hall of Fame. Brent, do you think Les Miles is Hall of Fame?
No, not necessarily at all. Now, I know that Mike from Mississippi State, who is no longer with us, they really lowered it to get him in. But look, he's an exception. He needs to be in, frankly. But yeah, as you think about that's no, you can't lower it, because if you do, you're asking for trouble, frankly.
Question to both of you guys. Speaking of Brent's week one, he's got some of the point spreads here, week one games. Are you guys, Pat, you go first. Are you guys as split as I am? I don't know who the hell I'm going to pick to win opening game LSU versus Clemson. I don't know where. Every other day I change my pick on this.
Really? Yeah.
It's at Clemson, right?
Yes.
That's not a neutral site game. That's at Clemson.
It's at Clemson.
I'm going to lean towards LSU. I think Nussmeier showed a little bit more promise just at the end of that year. And I'm going to choose LSU because Brian Kelly's never won in week one.
He's got to win soon. Brent, he's got to win. But damn, is that a nasty defensive line for Clemson. They bring back a nasty defensive line.
Klubnik also is a good quarterback for Clemson. They've got a real good D coordinator that they brought over too. But I mean, at some point when you've lost 4 or 5 in a row to open the season, I mean, you've got to win one eventually, and they really think this LSU team is the best one that they've had in a while. Yeah.
And, you know, the good thing about that game is it's not do or die. These two teams both could make I don't care who wins. Both of these guys could make the playoff.
Sure.
They could make. They could definitely both make the playoffs. But yeah, that game's at Clemson. The other game you've got, Brent, that's intriguing. Miami's getting, depending on the poll that you use, Miami's getting, as of right now, 2.5. maybe even 3 points against Notre Dame. I wonder if can Miami hang around with Notre Dame? I wonder. We got plenty of time to talk about it, but I wonder.
Man, did you guys?
That's in Miami. That's in Miami.
Are you guys pretty bummed that that rivalry didn't really continue after, you know, the whole Catholics versus convicts thing? That series never really picked back up because, you know, our buddy Leon Searcy, he was in that game, and you know, he said it's a shame that hasn't continued because there were such awesome battles.
I'll tell you one thing that would help Miami in that game, and again, that's a Miami home game. What would help Miami? That's Sunday night, right? That's the Sunday night.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
One thing that would help the Canes if they could reconstruct that old girl, the Orange Bowl, and they could put her right back in the old spot. Because can you imagine Sunday night in the old girl, the Orange Bowl? Notre Dame rolling in after almost winning a national title and taking on the underdog Canes. How about this, guys? We talked about LSU a moment ago, and we talked about Miami a moment ago. What if something crazy happened? LSU beats Clemson, Miami knocks off Notre Dame. How ungodly does Florida's schedule look after that? They play both of those guys in the first month of the season.
Yeah, they do. Well, oh man, yeah, it really would be. Well, but look, I mean, you can make that to me, the Clemson LSU game to me is a better game than Texas Ohio State.
Maybe, yeah. Woo. Hey, did you guys?
I don't know. That's a good one there, Brent.
I'll take the second one, whatever the second one is.
It's Ohio State and Texas. Yeah.
Hey, did you guys see? Patrick was talking about response at Media Day a moment ago. Did you guys see the little tete-to-tete going back and forth between head coach Bill O'Brien,
yes,
and FSU quarterback Thomas Castellanos about his exit from BC? And did you follow that, Brent? It was kind of weird that the head coach and a former player were arguing through the media like that.
Yeah, they were. Well, here's the thing with Castellanos. I'm trying to think of a good basketball analogy for this, but Castellanos threw for 2,000 yards and ran for 1,000 in one of his 2 years that he had at Boston College, which frankly is an all-time record for them. Yeah. But he and the coaching staff got into it last year, and they benched him. Is what they did. I mean, I give him credit. He is confident enough in himself when he's coming out, he's going to play. But man, alive, But I'm telling you, the BC coaching staff, you don't tell them what to do, do you?
What are you doing, bro? Like,
and that's an ex-NFL coach. He's having a hard time.
Oh yeah.
He's just wasting his breath. Like, yeah, dude. We don't operate like that. It happened in a long time.
Yeah.
Hey, PY, changing sports. Did you see where Coach Donovan signed an extension?
I really love that. You know, they highlight, yes, the results might not be where they want, but they love his leadership and his process. Look, every single one of us would love if we could guarantee positive process, you know, would always equate to a positive result.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no guarantee in that, especially when you got contracts and all this stuff that factors in. But I guarantee you, you know, not having a positive process, you might luck into getting a win or something here or there for the result, but like it's not going to last long. Negative process, negative culture, you know, poor leadership in terms of scouting and you know, on an individual level, those NBA players, they typically coach themselves.
Sure.
You know, and if those guys aren't bought into leadership under Coach Donovan, I'd like to believe that they would voice their opinion, whether the organization would listen or not, if they wanted him to come back or not. And drinks on Coach Donovan always.
Pat,
always.
Pat, quick question. How close is Billy to being done in your mind? Is he got another 5 years in him, or could he do two or three and get out?
Alexa, how old is Billy Donovan?
He's got to be 60.
60. He's 60 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
I could see him looking at 66, 67.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll do the Greg Coach Pop thing. I would love to. If he were to win a championship somehow in these next 5 or 6 years, I think he probably would retire after that. But he might go more front office. I could see him being more front office.
Yeah. All
right.
At North. I could see him being front office back at Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Helping them out.
All right, guys, 20 seconds. I love the AUSL. Boy, the softball league wrapped up its first year. What a great first year for the professional softball league. I hope you guys followed that.
Did the Talons win?
Man, the Talons took it over the weekend. What a great first year. Man, if I had any money, I'd buy stock in that thing. I think it's going to go. I think it's going to go gangbusters. I think they got great leadership. The Major League Baseball is behind it. Anyway, that's a discussion for another day. Hey, guys, appreciate you helping kick off the Monday edition. We'll get back together tomorrow, 4:00, for the next edition of the Young and Norvelle Show right here on Action Sports Jacks.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Will Olive, Mandarin High School. Go Stangs.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School. Tony Mazzio, Standout High School, class of 2002. Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, Feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.